not okay. And I want to make sure that somebody in Brunswick is overseeing NERA, because this is irresponsible, and people are getting hurt, and people are scared, and that's not okay. And it's 2024, and I want to know if the communication is moving forward, because that was a complete failure.
Community outrage in Brunswick last week as the town provides an update on the cleanup process of that poisonous firefighting foam that spilled out of one of the hangars at Brunswick Executive Airport now just about 2 weeks ago. Nearly 1,600 gallons of that firefighting foam, which contains PFAS or forever chemicals, spilled. Afterwards, high levels of the chemicals have been found. Officials are also warning about eating fish from waterways around the airport. Today, we're speaking with Dan Ankeles, a state representative for Brunswick, who is pledging to take action with his colleagues in Augusta to try and prevent this from happening again.
What did you learn from these first set of test results released last week by the DEP?
It confirmed our fears that this indeed is one of the worst environmental disasters our community has seen.
Now, almost 2 weeks after the spill, what concerns you most?
My biggest fear is twofold. It is that it's going to take a lot of time and resources to not just clean up the surface, but really treat all of the waterways that this has gone into, from Harpswell Cove to the Androscoggin River. And my other fear is that we still have in multiple hangars tanks full of unreleased foam. One of the hangars, and we were, I want to say, relatively lucky that this didn't happen in Hangar 6. Hangar 6 is pointed right at the well fields for our drinking water. And if that were to have anything even close to what happened at Hangar 4 happen, it would be pretty bad. I don't even want to begin to speculate, but it's a fear that I have, that this could happen again if we don't act.
In one of your posts on social media, you mention accountability and how this needs to be a thorough process. At this point, is there any indication of who needs to be held accountable for this and what accountability looks like?
I think I'm trying to be careful in answering that, just because we need to do a pretty thorough investigation, establish exactly the kind of timeline, not just from when the spill happened, but reviewing all of the events leading up to the spill in terms of policy choices. And you have to remember that the entire former Naval Air Base is a jurisdictional mess. It has Navy ownership, it has Mid-Coast Regional Redevelopment Authority ownership, the town is involved, some parcels even went to the college. Like, it is, when you get onto the landing, so many different people, including private citizens, own different parcels. And that's one of the things that has made it hard to get widespread consensus on an action plan, even though there was always a desire to get this stuff cleaned up. I remember as a town councilor, I pushed to get rid of this foam, and it's still not happened yet. And I think now the level of urgency has finally gone over the top, unfortunately. And I hate that it took this crisis to generate the kind of will we need to get this out of our town once and for all.
Does the political will exist in Augusta that after the state legislature reconvenes early next year, that action could be taken to prevent this from happening again?
I do think that the legislature has the political will to get this done. I have full faith in my colleagues, many of whom I've spoken to since this happened, that they are in full solidarity with our community, and they won't abandon us. They won't leave us behind.
State Rep Dan Ankeles speaking with us there in downtown Brunswick. In the meantime, firefighters in Portland are taking steps to eliminate toxic firefighting foam. This new F3 foam is part of the department's goal of phasing out the more harmful foam called AFFF. Since the accidental spill in Brunswick, state officials have been pushing departments to find safer chemical alternatives for their trucks to be using.
The big concern is obviously the environment, and we know that also the AFFF has a history of being a carcinogen. So we're trying to make not only it safer for the environment, but also safer for our people that are using the product.
The department says that they intend to replace the rest of the old AFFF trucks with this new foam, less harmful, by late October.